I'm an architect, and so I was always interested in temple and temple architecture, but during our architecture studies we were never really exposed to Indian architecture or Indian text as such. So during my masters, when I got the opportunity, so I was like, okay, let's explore this. So before a disclaimer, this is exploring the interconnectedness of text, design and symbolism in Indian column orders from Manasara. So, yeah. So why column orders? So the first element that we see, I feel, is the columns. Columns are like legs of human body, steady fast supporting the weight of the sacred structure. So I think it's the most important part of you. It gives you the stability and this. So therefore, just focusing on the columns is what I've done. And how should I move forward? So I tried to study Manasara, the text, because I'm not so well in Sanskrit and how sirs would verse so many shlokas like that. I'm not that, thanks to P.K. Acharya sir who has actually translated the text. So people like me could actually do something, or at least understand some, or make some parts of sense to the work. So, it is a compound of Sanskrit measurement, the measurements, and Sara is the essence, meaning essence of measurements. That is stated by P.K. Acharya sir. So, it is 70 adhyas, chapters, and 10,000 shlokas. And it is dated, it has been said it has been dated at 5th century. Okay. So the methodology that I followed was textual analysis, on-site documentation, and comparison and analysis. And then the whatever conclusion I got it. So gaps in literature. Jैसे this again, as I mentioned earlier, this is specifically on the column orders, and like, okay, we have the text, we have the sides, but is it really aligning? That was my main agenda. Is it really aligning? Is it really the way they have said into the text, and is it there on the side? That's what I felt. So, the study of Manasara. Stamba, so only focusing on the chapter 15, that is Symbolism. Now, Stamba is also other names like Janka, Karna, Stali, Stamba. There are so many different names that we are aware of now. Okay. So, one of the verses gives us the height of the, like, what kind of the proportions, what kind of proportions give you a visual, like Sanika, that is similar, both the elements have same height, right? A Buddha, like twice the height. Then Pastaki, again a quarter more higher level, and so on. So they have properly given like written, like what kind of proportions give what kind of essence. Then there is also one thing that the sides, like how many sides, how many would give you what kind of type that is. So Brahmakanta is for a square column, Shibhakanta is for a pentagonal 5-sided column, Skandakanta is for a 6-sided column, then Vishnukanta is like for an 8-sided, and Rudrakanta is like a 16-sided column. So I also feel the names symbolically also means something to the numbers. Like man, initially at the first meeting says like 8 represents something. So I think all the deities also represent those numbers and sides. Then the types of molding that we see, Karna, Vijay, these are all the types of molding that are mentioned in the text. I've just visually tried to show them. And then the basic of the columns, like the Bodhika, the capital, then there comes the Danda, then Adhisthana, then Upapita. So the parts of the columns that then there are some 4 kind of column ranges that they have shown. So one is the Chitrakanta. So here what it is, like if Prastara is above the capital. So if that's 1 and the capital is 1, then the Danda, that is the Danda part, that is 2. So like A plus B is equal to C and C is equal to 2D. D here means the pedestal and the base. So this proportion is known as a Chitrakanta column. And more or so you will see them in Ugrabhadra, Vedibhadra type of bases. Then there's Padmakanta. Here how to identify, again it has similar proportions to Chitrakanta column, but it has more elements of Padma, that is lotus flowers. So you can like identify them through the base and the capital. The moldings easily identify proportions. But how to identify this column is that there is one patti that goes around, niche and the base. That's how you kind of identify it. Then there's Kumbha Stambha. So you see that Kumbha, like proper, a cylindrical way or something, not exactly cylindrical, but with a nice shape, you see. So that's how you identify that. And then comes the Koshta Stambha. Now Koshta Stambha is not exactly a column, but it is a part, like it doesn't, it's not like a column, it won't stand alone. एक अकेला आपको नहीं मिलेगा, वो हमेशा किसी कॉलम के साथ में उसको दिखेगा. So in next slide I might show you that. So now on site, what kind of this Dravidian cubical capital, like this column is seen most of the places. So how this is one of them, like Nagbandha hota hai, Saturam and Pattam and all these elements are there. So okay, so the material, basically there is a saying that like male stones produce bronze sound, female stones produce a brass sound, and a genderless stone are silent. So that kind of stones, and then techniques, different techniques are used. Even timber is also there, but mostly in this case study I have taken only the stone columns. Now, okay. So to give you a context, the temples that I have selected were on time. Like they were not pre-planned or I just knew that I want to go to Tamil Nadu and I want to see the temples. So, so these 5 temples, I did a Reiki tour and tried to see on site every temple, and I tried to explore the columns that those temples had. So first is Ardhanarishwar temple. This is near Erode. So as you see, this is one of the columns that there, and here like in last Sonal said parts. So even in Manasara they were talking in parts, like the whatever the object is, it has been divided into parts. So here, as if I am an Stapati, I am trying to okay, make sense that this column is divided into this parts. So like the base is 1, then the Adhisthana is 2, and then the column is divided into 1, 1, 1, 1. So that's how the proportion was, the rhythm that I followed in those columns. Even the part, like if you could see, the block 8, there they have shown like the 8 sides and 16 sides, 8 sides and 16 sides. Those patterns have been maintained. Then this is on-site observation. Like you could see the process of making those columns. Like time, for some reason they might have not, but you could see how they were made by the sculptor. Then again, that bender A, like now the names that I have only given them to classify like the geometry for myself. So that was a bender A. So with that combination, this is bender B, where on the one side of the column is have a decoration, or the one more column is added, and then there comes bender C, where in both the sides you see the ornamentation and how the load works. Then Brideshwar temple. Here you can see the Koshtas compass that they are there. These are the Koshtas compass that are included in one column. Then again, these are again the other columns that I've seen on the side. I tried to make the proportions. And then this is Sri Ranganath Swami temple in Tirchi. So here I saw the Padma column that we talked about in the text. And these are other different types of mandapas and in the variation of columns. Then this is Trimurti Swami temple, it's in Madurai. Again you see the Padma column and the different column. Again, now this is one of more interesting columns. That is one column and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Koshta columns are added and the combination is made. Now, okay, so this is called Hall of 100 Pillars. Now, how did they created this Hall of 100 Pillars? So each column has these small Koshta columns, and those Koshta columns also have some small columns. So that's how symbolically they have showed the Hall of 100 columns in this small structure. Then this is again Manipur temple. This is again Trimur temple in Madurai. So okay, so this is a complete glossary that I have created on the basis of location of that column in that temple, the contextual property, the uska context kya tha us temple in that location, and then the ornamentation on that column. So this is the kind of glossary that I created all 5 temples. They go on. And I've also given all the different types of permutation combination different names, then the A, then the B, then the C, then the G. So I came to Thunder O. So I found Thunder O, the itne variation that I've got to see on site. Okay. Now, permutation and combination columns mentioned in Manasara. So, what I understood is Sthapatis never. Okay, it's just ending. Yeah. Sthapatis never stopped innovating. Manasara was a guide, but it didn't stop them for permutation combination. They were not like this कि अभी इसमें ऐसा लिखा है तो ये ऐसा ही होगा. They were innovators. So on site what I felt was कि there was a lot of every Sthapati has given this contribution and tried to make his own combination and tried to give us his masterpiece. So that's what I felt. There was no limitation to combination. It was always these are the we are giving you these written and now you go and create whatever like according to them. But always always in order, always a rhythm was followed. Then geometry wise, if you could see this one column as how it is evolved, like from single then two sides and one side. Okay, and then if you observe one, it feels like a Lego piece, like every interval, it's all combination connected pieces. Okay, and one more, like the transition from square base to a circular shaft in architecture columns is not only aesthetically pleasing but also serves the essential structure function. This evolution in form often linked to the blooming of lotus flower. So that's okay. Thank you.